This is a super quick morning sequence. So just start at the front of your mat, feet are about hip width apart. And just stretch your arms out in front of you and drop your hips back, chair pose. Stretch your arms back, you might interlace your fingers or just reach back. And then arms forward, hips back. And stretch your right arm up over your head, side stretch, and then the left arm up over your head. Then arms forward, hips back, and then forward fold. Just turn your head from side to side, shift the hips around a little bit. We're going to step both feet back and push back, sort of like downward dog but with the knees bent. And then push forward, plank, upward dog. Roll back slowly, downward dog. Just wriggle the hips around, get a little bit of a feel for where you are this morning. You might have your knees bent, that's fine. You could even stick it back into child's pose if you wanted to. We're going to step the right foot forward, left knee down. This is a low lunge. I've just interlaced the fingers behind me to stretch the chest. So you can see I dropped the head, but you could keep your chin in. Bring your hands to the floor, drop your head down, then lift the back knee and just straighten that front leg a little bit before you step back, push back into downward dog, then roll forward, upward dog. Slowly back to downward dog. Just wriggle the hips around a little bit. We're going to step the left foot forward, right knee down. It's the same low lunge, just settling into stretching the chest. Again, just put your neck in a position that's comfortable. It's really getting the arms back that we're worried about. Hands to the floor, the back knee lifts up, drop your head. Just try and straighten that front knee a little bit before you step back, push back into that sort of crouching downward dog, and then roll forward, upward facing dog. All the way back, downward dog, stretch the legs. Maybe get a little bit more out of the heels, stretching down. Just a nice, easy breath. And then look forward. We're going to step both feet forward to the front of the mat. Take a moment here to drop your head and then plant your left hand, bend your left knee and stretch your right arm up. Then just swap hands, right hand down, right knee bends, left arm stretches up. And then see if you can lift the shoulders so you flatten your back, the arms reach towards the floor. And then forward fold, try to keep the weight in your heels for this. And then hands back down onto the floor, stepping back, crouching back into that downward dog, and then rolling forward, upward dog. And then rolling back, downward dog with straighter legs. You might even be able to get your heels down. Just taking a breath or two here before you step that right foot forward. This time it's a high lunge, the back knee is off the floor. Interlace the fingers behind the back, stretch the chest. Then hands to the floor, drop your head, start to straighten that front leg. Then step back, push back into that crouch position, and then forward into upward dog. Rolling back, downward dog. Just trying to get lots of movement in this sun salute. Left foot forward, so it's the same high lunge, the arms are back, stretch the chest. Hands to the floor, straightening the front leg, dropping the head down. Step back this time to a plank before you go back into that crouch. And then roll forward, upward dog. And roll back, downward facing dog. Shift the hips a little bit from side to side. Press down with the fingers. Then look forward. We're going to step both feet forward. So again, coming into that sort of flat back, arms reaching to the floor, and then forward bend towards the legs. Try to keep your weight in the heels. On your inhale, I want you to roll all the way up to standing. Stretch your arms up but wide, like a big Y shape. And then bring the forearms and elbows forward. Press the forearms together and just slide those elbows up and down a couple of times. Then again, open the arms out into that Y shape, reaching up for the sky. Keep the arms open like this as you fold forward at the hips. Push your hips back, legs as straight as possible. And then finally, hands to the floor. Step both feet back, push back into that crouch. Roll forward, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward back into the low lunge. The back knee is on the floor. Interlace the fingers behind you and just stretching the chest. Then bring the hands to the chest in prayer. We're going to turn to the right and bring that left elbow either onto or across the right knee. You want to press the elbow into the knee and the knee out into the elbow. Come back up to the center and stretch up. And then fold forward, hands to the floor. We're going back into hamstring stretch. Straighten that front leg as much as you can. Stretch the hips back. And then either stay where you are, or if the twist is available, the left hand stays down. The right arm reaches up. Turn your chest to the right. Then release, step back, crouch, move through to upward facing dog, and back to downward facing dog. So left foot forward back into that low lunge. Just a quick stretch of the arms back behind you. Bring the hands to the chest and turn left. So we're bringing the right elbow to the left knee. Press the elbow against the knee and the knee against the elbow. Come back to the front and stretch up. Then bring your hands to the floor. We're going to come back into that hamstring stretch. Just trying to straighten the leg as much as possible. I've got hands on the floor, but you could be upright if you wanted to. So I missed the twist here. Must not have had my coffee yet. But you can keep your right hand on the floor and stretch your left arm up if you choose. Then left hand down and step back. And just move back into your crouch position, through into your upward facing dog, and back into your downward facing dog. We're going to step the right foot forward into high lunge and bring the hands to the chest. Then turn your chest to the right. So it's the same twist, but this time the back knee is off the floor. Now you can always put the back knee down on the floor if you like. So put your weight into the right foot and then step the left foot forward to meet it. So we're in a chair position and a twist. I'm going to stretch the right arm up into the sky, but you don't have to. Weight back into the right foot, step the left foot back, bring the left knee down, and then just scoop your right leg round into pigeon pose. Now you can choose any variation of pigeon that you like. We're not going to stay for a long time, and it just needs to feel comfortable. So you don't want it to be pulling in the knee or pinching in the front of the hip. I've just bent the elbows to lower the chest down. And then lifting back up, tuck the back toes and shoot that right leg up. And perhaps you can shoot the leg right up into the air before you plant the foot down onto the floor. So bringing the left foot forward for high lunge. Hands to the chest in prayer. Turning to the left. And just getting ready to come into that twist. Just nice and easy, super strong front leg. bring your weight into the left foot and then quickly step the right foot forward. Then you're in a chair position with a twist. Maybe you can stretch the left arm up, that's up to you, just a little extra. Then you want your weight in the left foot as you step that right foot back. Come back up into the center, hands to the floor, put the back knee down and just bring the left leg into pigeon. So just picking the variation that suits you, whatever. Doesn't matter, it's just a stretch, not really that serious. And just bend the elbows and let the chest sink forward for a breath or two. And coming back up, just tuck the toes under on the back foot. Maybe you can lift the left leg up into the air, maybe not. And then press the feet down. I really want to stretch those heels down into the floor if I can in this downward facing dog. Should be feeling a little bit warmer now. Then just bring your knees to the floor, child's pose. And that's the end of this sequence. If you want to take a bit of time in Shavasana, you can do that. You could lay flat, or you could just stay in child's pose for a couple of minutes before you get on with your day.